Hey friends, let me know if you can hear me. I did not bring a lighter. What in the world? Alright, I got a new candle. I'm excited. This one is dried lavender and oak. It has a different smell because of the oak. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Happy Friday. Today's an especially awesome Friday for me because it is the first day of my vacation. Actually, I worked today, so now that we're past 5 p.m. Eastern, it is the start of my vacation. So thrilled about that. Have my candle going, and I have my crystals representing earth. I have my water. I keep it in a little cup here. I have my feather representing air. And I just lit my candle representing fire so that we are surrounded by all of the elements. We're going to clear some energy. And since it's the new moon, I do have some new moon spray, and we're going to use that as well. So this is new moon mist. And let me rearrange my screens. Sorry. I'll take a moment to rearrange my screens. It's exciting. It's card night too, so there's a lot of things going on today. Okay, everything is public and we're ready. Okay, so the new moon mist, it's a little spray bottle like this. I picked it up at a metaphysical shop here on the East Coast. And this has clear quartz, sunstone, peridot, lemon verbena, sweet orange, lemon, distilled water, and witch hazel. And it smells amazing, I have to tell you. Gypsy JJ, hi, how are you? Snow, how are you? Huckery TV, hi, welcome. Here we go. Cleanse. That's for this new moon energy. New moon in Aries. So happy birthday to all my Aries friends and welcome in. So I have a lot of stuff that I pulled out for tonight. Of course, we're going to talk astrology, and I'm going to do something a little bit different today since it's the new moon. We are going to use some different decks. So we're going to be using Queen of the Moon Oracle, great deck. And I feel like the combination of these decks brings in really awesome energy, clear readings. Like, I feel like it doesn't get clearer than this, right? So we get that deck. We gotta give all these decks a shuffle. I've been using this deck regularly for the new moon and the full moon, and it's gorgeous. Gorgeous deck by Stephanie DeMarco. Beautiful, beautiful deck. So I'll give this a shuffle and get it ready. All right. This is going to seem a little unusual, but I'm also going to use Alice the Wonderland. I feel like the energies of these two decks like work really well together. So of course I'll keep the guidebooks handy too, just in case we have questions. And you know, when your desk is not big enough to fit all your crap, that's me right now. This deck is pretty cool. Hey Diamond, how are you? Welcome in. Happy new moon in Aries. Just getting all my decks out and shuffled. We're doing new moon readings today, Diamond. So I'm not gonna start readings just yet, but yes, I'm happy to put you on the list. Yeah, this deck is gigantic. It's an oracle deck. I'm okay. Okay, good. I'm glad to hear it. I'm doing well. I'm excited. I'm officially on vacation. And then the last deck that I'm going to use is new to my collection, and it's actually a Spanish deck, and it's called Oráculo Lunar, and it's in essence a lunar oracle. And I feel like the energy is perfect for what we want to do today. So I'm going to get that out. This is one of those weird, like, where they put the deck in a box and then in another box. I don't know why they do that. I feel like that's a waste of resources, but that's what they did. I've seen a few deck, um, you know, not deck, but publishers. A few publishers do this. It's like, what? Why would you do that? This deck is really pretty. And yes, it is in Spanish, but I have like the translations. So no worries. It's in Spanish. I speak Spanish and I understand it, but I found that it was easier to have the translations handy. Hey Edwin, how are you? Welcome in. The bigger the oracle, the better. Yeah, the bigger the oracle, the bigger the message. Bam! Bam! All right. And it's so funny because this is a lunar oracle. Look at the card backs here, and then look at these card backs. They're matchy matchy. They are matchy matchy. So I'm going to put Alice in the middle and I'll put this one off to the side. So those are the decks that we're going to be using today. Where did my chat go? My chat disappeared. There we go. Okay. All right. So what I wanted to do was start with like what is actually happening right now. So we're going to be using this deck to kind of talk through some of that. It is Heavenly Bodies Astrology deck. And basically what is happening is that what? Okay, Tammy. Hi, welcome in. Um Basically what's happening is it's a new moon in Aries, but there is a very rare stellium in Aries right now. And so there are, I believe, a total of 7 planetary bodies all lining up under the sign of Aries, which is very, very powerful energy, and it's awesome and amazing for manifestation work, right? So I wanted to talk about that, and I wanted to talk about how to use that energy, and then I'm going to do readings to help with that. Hi Ashish, welcome in. You're just in time. We're getting started. So I'm going to start back here. We're going to start with Aries. The new moon is in Aries. It's the beginning of the zodiacal year. So in essence, you could consider it like a new year, a new beginning. Happy New Year, right? It's a perfect time to start goals and put intentions out there into the universe. Okay, Ashish, I'll put you on the list. Hold on. I had Diamond first. Hey, Michael Stevens. I'm gonna put Diamond on the list first, and then I'll add you. Okay, and I'm gonna start readings, but just in a little while after I go through like what we're seeing right now in the sky. Okay, so we're at the beginning, Aries. I don't know if there's any Aries out there, or if you know any Aries or you're familiar with Aries energy. I'll show you the card right there associated with the ram. Hey, Fatima. Happy new moon. Blessings. Um, Michael, I'll put you on the list, but what I'm doing tonight are new moon readings, okay? Michael. Okay, I got you, Michael. Okay, so we have Aries. If you know an Aries, then you know. Like if you know, you know, right? If you don't know an Aries, this is a sign of independence. This tends to be a very brave sign, a very passionate sign. Okay, you see the flaming heart on there. So that's what it is about. Oh, your hubby's an Aries and Odelia today? Oh, that's so awesome. Happy birthday to Odelia. Okay, today's the 17th. So mine was on Monday. Mine was on the 13th. So I just had mine. So that's Aries. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. And this is like one of those signs, these people, they're just happy. Like, if I could think of a song, it would be like Born to Be Alive. That would be the song for this group. They like to spearhead things. They're never waiting for guidance. They draw on their own fiery engine for fuel. They're inspired, energetic, physically active. This is a planet that is ruled by Mars, which is one of the planets that is going to be under Aries. And they're always pushing forward towards uncharted territory. I think I mentioned it's a fire sign. If I didn't, apologies. It is a fire sign. And fire is usually connected to confidence, optimism, passion, and bravery. So I'll show you that. So we have this new moon. It is in the sign of Aries. And typically at the new moon, the other thing that I want to mention is that Aries is a cardinal sign because it's the first one. And so here you can see the four cardinal signs. You have Aries, you have Cancer, Libra, and shoot, is the last one, is that Capricorn? I forget that one. Hold on. Let me double check. I gotta double check and make sure. Hmm. Pisces, Aquarius, Capricorn. Yes, so that's Capricorn. All right. So you have all this energy, right? Cardinal signs, because they're the first ones, they're the beginning. So usually this is an energy that instigates new beginnings, fresh starts, again, associated with bravery and having this pioneering spirit. You can see that the hand is holding the match, right? Lighting the flame. It's what gets everything going. So we're in the sign of Aries, and all of a sudden we have the stellium, seven astrological bodies all lining up under the sign of Aries. So we're going to talk about those. Um, so we have the sun. Okay. The sun is about embodying your truth, the person that you were born to be. It's often connected to joy, and your experience of it says masculine energy, but like I really want to connect it to that spirit of taking action, whereas feminine energy is usually receptive. It's more about being, and masculine is more about doing. So we have the sun, okay? That's the first one. Then we have the moon, okay? The moon is, that's how we satisfy our emotional needs. This is the best way that you could nurture yourself and others. I'll show you the card. It's really beautiful. But this is your emotional response to life, how you nurture yourself, how you nurture others. Some people experience psychic revelations. It's like that intuition, that deep down in your gut knowing of things. It's your experience of feminine energy. So this is about being, feeling, sitting with, right? Whereas the masculine, which is the sun, is about doing, action oriented, go, 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 like so you have both of those in the sign of Aries. Then we have Mercury also in the sign of Aries. So now this is the third planet, right? Mercury is usually tied to communication. So here we have the key words: think, learn, network, and communication. Okay, I'm gonna put it right here for you. This is how you process information. This is about networking. This is about socializing, light and unemotional, right? Unemotional connections. So that's Mercury coming in. So I'm going to put that right there. Then on top of all that, we have Mars, which if you remember, I said earlier, Mars rules Aries. So Mars is coming into the picture. And Mars is, that's the god of war, right? Mars is all about moving forward and defending yourself. Very fiery energy, this planet, okay? This is how you actualize your desires, how you get what you want. And it's also about self-defense, protecting your space, your boundaries, and yourself from other people that are trying to cross lines. So there's a lot of fiery energy in this planet. Now, we're up to 4 so far. The next one is gonna be Saturn. And Saturn is interesting, right? Because it says on here, feels restricted, experience struggle, learn how to work, learn hard work and patience. But there's a reason for all of that. So here's the card. Hey, Lovey, how are you? Happy new moon. So here's the card for Saturn. And this is where you might feel inadequate about something, where you experience oppression. This is where you learn how to persist, right, in something, how to remain persistent. And also self discipline, right? These are important. A lot of the energy around Saturn is restriction, maybe scarcity mindset. You do need a lot of patience. You come to terms with the idea that things take time, they required hard work. It's usually connected to tradition and also to authority figures. Okay. Remember the story goes that Saturn had like all these rules and boundaries, and then Saturn gave birth to Jupiter, and then Jupiter, being the planet of expansion, was like, forget you and your rules, I'm doing my own thing. So that's kind of what we have here. So now we're up to 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 5, but we're not done yet. Okay, because also coming into the sign of Aries, we have Neptune. And this is so interesting, right? This one is dream and transcend. Because like Neptune is a lot of times connected to that dream space, that imagination. So let's see, here we have empathy, the art of surrendering, right? Music, inspiration, art, illusion, smoke and mirrors. This is about oneness, transcendence, dreams, maybe sometimes even escapism, could be illnesses, and also could be spiritual lessons. So, that's a lot. That's a lot of energy. As you can imagine, this energy has to be like super, super heavy. We haven't had this happen since the year, I believe, 847. That was the last time that this stellium in Aries occurred. So now we have 6 signs. but we're not done because there's a seventh sign aligning under Aries in this stellium, and it is going to be Chiron. And if you don't know, Chiron it's not a planet, but it is considered the wounded healer. This is an energy that shows you everything that hurts, everything that still needs to be fixed. It shows you all your wounds, all your heartaches, and it's challenging you to do something about it. So it's a lot. It's a heavy energy. It says here, hurt and heal. It's meant to show you all the things that are hurting you, but the whole point of that is so that you could learn from those experiences. So for Chiron, this is going to be your deepest wound. It's also meant to be a teacher of wisdom. This could be a spiritual inquiry, a healing journey, where you learn how to develop empathy and heal other people even. And it's also about self acceptance because a lot of times the things that we need to heal are things that we're not proud of or that we don't want to show to other people, things that we keep hidden, right? In that moon energy, there's a lot of like secrets. And so a lot of times we don't want to come to terms with it. That's why we're constantly wounded, and you could be fine for a while, then all of a sudden something happens, it triggers, and then you're back to where you started. Why? Because you never like processed it, you never did the work. So that's the whole point of Chiron. So you have the sun, the moon, you have Mercury, Mars, Saturn, Neptune, and Chiron forming this stellium under the planet of Aries. Aries is that fresh spark, the new beginning, the initiator, the energy that says, "Let's go. We're doing this. I don't know how we're gonna get there, but we're gonna go for it, right?" So that's a lot, super super heavy. So as you could imagine, this you could think about it like a portal. This is like having the ability to step into this powerful portal where you could manifest where you want to be 6 months from now. Okay. Whatever you put into your intention this week is what you're going to bring into your life 6 months from now. Okay. Very, very powerful, powerful time. I can't stress that enough. This I've been looking forward to this for such a long time. If you've been feeling stuck, if you've been feeling stagnant, like you're in this situation, it's messed up, you can't figure out how to get out of it. It's like you take a step forward, but then you end up taking 2 steps back. Uh, this is the energy that's going to help to catapult you forward. So I would highly, highly, highly recommend that you put some time and thought and energy into where am I right now? What needs to change? What am I ready to be like, enough of this? I don't want this anymore. Instead, I want to bring this other energy in. And then, like, be specific. Get you your piece of paper, your pen, and like, you don't have to write. I read this or I saw this in a video earlier. You don't have to write paragraphs. You don't have to write an essay. You just have to write a well constructed sentence with your intention of what it is that you want to bring in for this new moon. It's as simple as that. So powerful. Hopefully that helps you line up in your mind the power of this particular new moon, the first new moon of the astrological year. Has anyone else been feeling these energies, these heavy energies? I'd be curious. Let me know because there's just a lot going on. And where did my thing go? I had it down. Let me see. I'm gonna pull it up real quick because I was doing some research on this and I was just blown away. So let's see here. I'm going to close that and open here. Shell, hi, how are you? Welcome in. You've been feeling it, right? I mean, it's kind of hard not to, especially if you're an Aries, you're going to feel this. If you are a cardinal sign, right? If you're one of these signs right here, Aries, Cancer, Libra, Capricorn, you are going to feel it. You are going to feel this energy. So it's in your best interest, like, to step into that portal and like do the thing. Do the thing. Okay, right here. And you're a Leo. See, fire energy. Fire energy. So we have, hold on, let me go back. I have so many notes. I just want to make sure that I share everything in case it's helpful to you, right? So you know how they say in the dark half of the year, like October, November, a lot of people like to do shadow work, right? And they say things like, "Oh, the veil is thinning." Okay, that thin veil moment, it's here right now. That's what we have right now. Okay, so I talked about the stellium and the seven astrological bodies. So we have the sun, we have the moon, we have Mercury, Mars, we have Saturn, Neptune, and Chiron. All of those under the sign of Aries right now, which is insane. So what's happening is that Mercury is gonna, I don't want to say the word collide, but Mercury is gonna meet Neptune. And you could imagine that that's an interesting experience because Mercury is about thinking and speaking and the way that you perceive things, but the Neptune is about intuition, imagination, and disillusion. So when they meet under the sign of fire, like Aries, it's like instinct and intuition fused together. So your thoughts begin to feel vast, they feel symbolic, they feel guided, right? It's not like logical clarity, it's like that feeling in your gut where you just know that you're headed in the right direction. So that is the energy of Mercury with Neptune. So you have that. And then you have the sun. Where is it? Right here. You have, I'm going to put them like this. You have the sun and the moon hitting Chiron. Okay. Now, I don't know about other people, but in my chart, I have Chiron with my sun and moon together, right? So for me, it's like amplified. For me, it's like amplified because the sun is about your identity, but then the moon is your emotional body. So you could think of that as like the sun being your exterior person and the moon being your interior person. And then all of a sudden you have Chiron coming in and be like, whoop, there's this wound. You haven't fixed it yet. Let me give you some medicine for that. And you know, it is not easy to heal things. It is not easy to grow from these types of experiences, right? You're going to experience growing pains. It's not easy. It's not easy, but that's what's happening. You have the sun and the moon hitting or meeting up with Chiron. And then we have Saturn and Mars. Okay, now think about that. You have Mars, the god of war, bumping into Saturn, right? The planet of restrictions, rules. Hey, Amia, how are you? Welcome in. Sorry, I haven't been good at. Hey, Simple, how are you? Happy New Moon. How are you, friend? Sanital, hi, how are you? Welcome in. Hi to everybody coming in. Shell, I think I saw you earlier. You were talking about chakra activation. Yeah, yeah. What if you are on the cusp? I think it's powerful still, Michael Stevens. I think it's powerful still. Yeah, for sure. All right, so let's talk about these two energies, right? Because you have Mars. Mars is the god of war, okay? It's connected to the sign of Aries. And this is the energy of action. It's the energy of desire and of your drive, your personal drive, the things that motivate you forward, that push you forward, right? And then that, imagine that bumping into Saturn, that is like, no, Saturn is very disciplined. It's all about limits. Like everybody stay in your lane. There's responsibilities, things that we need to do. Mars is like, screw that, man. Get out of the way. So when both of these meet in the sign of Aries, it's like focused fire, right? So this is telling you, do it properly, do it with intention. Do it even if it is uncomfortable. Okay. This is going to be the backbone of the stellium. Okay. The backbone of the stellium. So much energy in the sky right now. Perfect time for manifestation, perfect time for setting intentions and for driving change. How could you not, with all this fire energy, how could you possibly not drive change? How could you not invite in something bigger and better for yourself? I'm just saying, I think it's possible. I think it's possible to do all of that. All of these signs in Aries all at once, right? And they're all feeding that new moon. So it feels rare because it is rare. And this is like Aries activation. You got to put your mind, your heart, your identity, your intuition, your drive, your discipline, your healing, everything into this moment. Now, that is a little bit about this energy. That's a lot. That is a lot. So let me see here. All right. So I shared with you that I have 3 decks for tonight, and we're going to do powerful readings to help you set intentions for what it is that you want to bring into your life in 6 months. Amia, the operation was terrible. Amia, I'm sorry to hear that, but I'm glad that you're here. So let's set some intentions around healing, okay? So we are going to be using 3 decks. We're going to be using, hold on, let me show them to you. We have Queen of the Moon. We have Alice, the Wonderland. And we have my newest deck, Oráculo Lunar. Brand new deck. I got it. It's beautiful. And I feel like we're good to go. So, Diamond was the first person on the list. Diamond, are you still here, my dear? I know. Like, this is perfect. This is perfect. In come the fall, when you're like, oh, waiting for your harvest, your ship to come in, you can't expect anything to come in if you don't do the work now. Spring is the time to start doing these intentions so that then in the fall, you can reap the benefit of the work. Oh, Eunartha! Oh my gosh, thank you. Oh, thank you so much, Eunartha. I'm gonna reply. I wanna reply to Eunartha. I'm gonna use my loud keyboard. Awesome. Okay, so Diamond, you're here. So let's get started. I'm gonna pull a card for you, and this is going to be, you look forward to. Hi, Chica, how are you? Annette, I don't know if you came in. Look, I want to show you this real quick. I just got this, girl. Look, Oráculo Lunar. It's beautiful. I can't wait for you to see it. Eunartha, last week you gave me a donation, but then you didn't stay. You had to leave. So can I do your reading first? Yes, girl. Oráculo lunar. It's beautiful. I'm gonna show it to you. I need that deck. Let me look for it. Wait, hold on, Eunartha. I want you to tell me. I'm gonna read for you. I don't have a reading question. We're doing intentions for the new moon for Aries. How does that sound? I'm doing targeted readings tonight. We are gonna figure out what our intentions for the new moon will be so that come September, October, November, we can celebrate together how far we've come this year. Okay? All right, so let's get started. Take a deep breath. Reading for you, Eunartha. Oh my God, Eunartha, the card just flew out. This is a big deck. I got a little bit more and it would be too difficult to manage this way. I would have to do it the other way. Ooh, interesting. And now I'm gonna pull from the Latin deck, Oráculo Lunar. You're gonna see how beautiful this deck is. Oráculo Lunar. This is the same artist as Tarot Landscapes. Yoshi, is it Mari? I need to check. Okay, a card for Eunartha. Card for Eunartha. You have the landscapes? The same artist. Girl, you're gonna love it. Hi, Maria. How are you? Welcome in. You planned it on purpose. You came after the lecture. You came after the lecture, Maria. Right there. Okay. All right, I'm going to sit with this for just a moment. Eunartha, my darling, I'm going to show you right here, you have path. And I feel like it means exactly that. You are on a path. You're on a journey, a spiritual journey, and there's so many things that you're trying to work out for yourself. But you're just getting started. You're at the very, very beginning. And possibly you have a long way to go, but you have all the tools and the resources. You can see right here the ladder that takes you straight into the portal that's going to give you what you require. So you have path coming up. This is card number 8, waxing crescent. Okay, now there's a little bit of a caution here. I'm gonna read it to you first and then I'll show it to you. It says, this is card number, oh my God, I just noticed it. The first card is card number 8. The second card is card number 8 as well. Do not drink poison. Do not drink poison is what it says. Do not do things that you know are bad for you. Okay? Don't do things that you know are bad for you. Don't question yourself. Don't doubt yourself. Don't second guess. You always show up as 8 in readings. Yeah, I feel like this is it's warning you pretty much. Like it knows what your MO is and it's saying, "All right, friend, don't do that. Don't do that no more." Okay? So, you're on this path, you have this warning, but guess what, my friend? La protectora has come out for you. La protectora. So, you're protected. Hi, LT, how are you? Welcome in. You are protected on your path, friend. La protectora, I'm going to tell you what that means right now. This is card. That's actually, this is the card for the month of November. La protectora. And it says, the protector. This is about creating safe boundaries for yourself and a feeling of safety. Okay. So you're being asked by spirit, directly by spirit, to create a safer environment for yourself, create a sense of safety. Don't do the things that you know are going to like get you off track. You're on a path. So follow the path. Like, why would you walk this other way and go on the scenic route? No, you have a direct path. You have access to spirit right here. Do that. How about if you do this, Eunartha? How about if you stay on the path here and and then think about the things that you're currently doing that could potentially self-sabotage your journey. And then, you know, set the intention that you're going to stop doing those things, right? Because you are divinely guided. Annette, is this the deck that you're talking about? La Protectora. This is the new one that I just got, and it's called Oráculo Lunar. I did a did I do? Yes, I did a flip through on my channel. I did a flip through on my channel of this deck. I know exactly what this is about too. Ta-da! Spirit speaks. Okay, beautiful. I'm glad that you're hearing the message loud and clear. Spirit is rejoicing right now. Kastoori, hi. Thank you so much. That is so kind. Thank you. I will put you on the list. What we're doing today is actually um, new moon intentions, but I think with the decks that I have right here, we can easily pull out a message that will give you what you're looking for. Okay, so that you're welcome, my friend, and thank you, Kastoori. I have to say thank you. So okay, so I just did Eunartha and I'm gonna do Kastoori because Kastoori just sent in a donation, so I'll do Kastoori first. I'll look it up afterwards. Okay, sounds good. I really like it. I really like it. So I'm gonna give these a shuffle and then we will do the reading for Kastoori. And then the list has, we have Diamond, we have Ashish, and then we have Michael. Oh my god, I love this deck. And you know, I wasn't using this deck. Hey, Basti! Okay, attention please. All the people in the chat, guess what? In 1 week, Desiree and I will become one. We're gonna meet in person, you guys. We're gonna meet in person. I'm on vacation, effective right now. And then next week, I'm going to fly to Texas. I'm going to fly out to Texas and we're going to road trip and we're going to have an amazing time. I cannot wait. We're going to go digging for crystals uh in Arkansas. So I'm excited about that. I've never done that before. So it was Desiree's idea. She's the smart one. You're frozen. Am I next now? Hey, Diamond. I just got a donation from Kastoori, so I'm about to do Kastoori and then I'll do you, okay? All right. So, Desiree, drive careful, okay? Let's take a sip. Clear energy. All right. So, this is for Kastoori. Kastoori, you're still here, right? All right. What is it then that Kastoori needs to hear? I want Kastoori to be able to really take advantage of the energy right now. The energy of this new moon in Aries with this crazy ass stellium. Ooh, okay. It's right here. Okay. All right, let me have a minute to sit with this Kastoori. La poesía. Hmm. I'm gonna grab the book because there's a curious energy coming in. Okay. All right. I'm going to show you the card. We have here the divine masculine coming through. Okay. Divine masculine. So I was talking about this earlier, right? Like Aries, fiery sign ruled by Mars. Okay. Uh, and all of these will be in the energy of the sun. Okay, the sun is about your self-expression and embodying your truth. This is a card of action, right? I was talking earlier about feminine energy and masculine energy, and masculine is the energy of action, of doing, right? Going, whereas feminine is the energy of being. It's like receptive, it's supportive, loving, nurturing. So they're different, right? They're both important, they're both different, and we all have both of these energies inside of us. Hi, Cat Goddess, how are you? So you have the masculine coming in. So I want to read this to you because it says, it is time to step forward and lead. Okay. Be the leader in your own life. You have more power than you think. It is time to formally learn more, enroll in a course or learn a new skill. Okay. Offer your protection to someone weaker than yourself and take steps to improve your health and your vitality. That's a powerful message. That's a powerful message because remember what my intention for tonight was, that we're in this new moon of Aries, it's the springtime. This is the time where we're putting out our intentions and getting things going so that in the fall we have a harvest to look, to look forward to. If we don't do the work now, then what are we going to harvest in the fall, right? So you have very powerful divine masculine energy coming in. This is telling you it's time to do something, okay? And it says here, may the positive attributes of the masculine align with me. That is the affirmation, if you will. So you have this masculine energy coming in, divine masculine. And then interesting, with the Alice deck, we have this card here, growing up. And I don't think that this suggests you need to grow up. I don't get that energy at all. But I feel like there's this sense of reflection, like you're reflecting on different areas of your life where you've had to grow up and grow up like in ways that have been more difficult for you, right? And this says here, wanting to grow in experience, which is interesting because since you have this divine masculine coming in and this is suggesting do something new, learn a new skill, take a new course, and then this card that says it's time to grow in your experience. And then it says rejection of perpetual youth. Okay. And the final card, I'm going to show it to you right here. It says La Poesía. Okay. This is like the equivalent, I'm going to tell you right now, of the poetry. Okay. Poesía means poetry. And this is about finding your meaning, your emotional truth. Like, what are you here to do? What is your plan? So, if we're looking for a message from Spirit, Spirit wants you to come to terms and really get to know yourself, who you are, what you stand for, what it is that you are trying to do. And not only does it want you to understand that, it wants you to actually take action. That's why this divine masculine is coming in with this card right here. Growing up. I'm going to get the book for growing up. That's card number 17. That reduces to 8. Growing up. All right, I'm going to go straight to the divination right here. It says, understanding that the years bring lessons to you, okay? Embrace becoming an elder, watching time make its marks upon you, and embracing the signs of aging, understanding the wisdom that can come with age, being young at heart. Yearning for encounters that will help you evolve and grow and experience the fullness of life. And when it says here, like becoming an elder, the signs of aging, I don't think it's talking about crow's feet and wrinkles or stretch marks. I don't think it's talking about that. Oh my goodness, you ordered it already? You're so funny. Um, it's amazing. This is the one that I just pulled, La Poesía. It's beautiful. Uh, so yeah, I don't think it means that, but I think every time we experience a lesson, a new experience, a new relationship, a new whatever it is, that leaves its mark, whether it's on our body, on our heart, on our soul, and our spirit. And I feel like your spirit is craving that. It's craving something new. It's craving something new, but it's like urging you to actually take action. So let me know what you think of that, my dear. I'm gonna pause right there. I'm gonna pause and I'm gonna get a drink. So, Annette, this deck you saw, the illustrator is Yoshi Mari, which is the same illustrator as Tarot Landscapes. Karen Suki, hi! How are you? Welcome in. Happy new moon. How are you? Hey Debs, welcome in. Happy new moon. We're doing new moon readings. Let me know if you want me to put you on the list. We got to get our intentions straight so that we could know what we want to manifest in the next 6 months. All right. Let me see. I was waiting for Kastoori. I know. I know. When I saw the deck, I was like, wow, that's pretty. I feel like that might match Tarot Landscapes. And then I ordered it, and then I just like accidentally discovered that it was the same creator. All right, so I don't know what happened to Katsuri. Katsuri, yes, me on the list. Okay, Karen, I got you. All right. So friends, okay, you're there. I was just going to remind everybody, don't forget that usually after the video, I will go back in and I'll leave timestamps in case you need to go back and look at your reading for ideas. Remember, it's the new moon energy, but that doesn't mean that this is the only moment that you could set that intention, right? That energy is here. So we can tap into that, whether it's today or even tomorrow, okay? All right, Kastoori, let me know if you have any questions about your reading. If you need any clarification, if it makes sense, if it aligns. Yes, I'm here. Okay. Samsung, I'm very sorry to hear this update. I'm going to put you on the list. It's a little different than what we're doing today, but I think that we can help put together an area of focus for you to help get you through the next few months. I feel like the time is now. Um, Earlier in the live, I was talking about the fact that today is a new moon in Aries, and it's not just any new moon, it's the first new moon of the astrological year. And it's a very powerful portal right now because there's a very rare stellium, and there are 7 astrological bodies all in the sign of Aries. So it's very powerful for manifestation. So I can help you with something like that to hopefully, help bring in some healing for you in the next 6 months. I'm going to put you on the list, okay? But I told Karen that I was going to put her. So let me put Karen first. And then, okay, Kastoori says it makes sense. You're welcome, my friend. Yeah. New York Debs, I got you. I got you on the list. And then, no, I forgot Samson. I'm going to add Samson to the list. All right. I have everybody. Okay. So, thank you for letting me read for you, Kastoori. 7 bodies in Aries. I'm going to give these decks a shuffle, but I'm going to give you a quick recap. In the sign of Aries, Diamond, yes, you're here and you're next. In the sign of Aries, we have a lot of shenanigans going on. We have Mercury, okay? Mercury is meeting Neptune, okay? Then we have the sun and the moon meeting up with none other than Chiron, the wounded healer, okay? And then we have Mars meeting Saturn. So you could imagine that this is a mess right now, but in a powerful way that you could use for manifestation, right? It's very heavy energy, but it's so good for you right now. And remember, this is the year of the fire horse, right? So last year may have been the year of, reflection. It was the yin year of the wood snake, yin energy. No, this is the year of like doing the thing. Slay is gone. Slay is gone. I'm gonna add you to the list, okay? The list is getting long. I'm just gonna say that. So hang out if you leave and you wanna come back and check in. Slay is gone. I got you on the list, okay? Donations do take priority, so I usually bump those to the top of the list. So that's why sometimes it gets a little slow. Okay, so yeah, there's a lot of energy. A lot of energy. LT spirituality. I'm doing well. It is. I'm officially on vacation and I just couldn't be happier. Desiree thinks that when we go on vacation, we should go live every day. Wouldn't that be something? That would be amazing. All right, let me give these decks a shuffle. And then we're gonna read for Diamond. And right here, I got the deck upside down. Beautiful. All right, my friends. Ooh, it shuffles pretty nice. It's a little bit of a glossy deck, which I don't mind. And even though Tarot Landscapes is not glossy, they still look really good together. They look really good together. Your card just came out. It flew out. All right, this is a message for Diamond. Desiree is driving. I want her to get home safely. Ooh. Assessing. What does she need to assess? Okay. I mean, it's pretty clear. You have La Reina Cisne. La Reina Cisne. Decimoquinta. Okay. I'm going to start with the last. In what city? What city is this happening in? So much traffic. Oh, you're in a lot of traffic. I think she's in Texas. Okay, Diamond, my darling, this one is for you, okay? I'm going to start with the last card because it was the first card that came out. So we have La Reina Cisne, which is the Swan Queen. The Swan Queen. So I have the keywords for that card. This is the 15th night of the moon, okay? The 15th. Swan Queen. So this is about grace, maturity, and transformation. So immediately I feel like you may be going through something. You know how sometimes you go through situations and you think to yourself afterwards, like when you're reflecting, like, I wish I would have handled that better, or I wish I would have done that differently. I wish I would have been more graceful. So with this message coming in at the end, I feel like there's a connection. So I'm going to go to the beginning right over here. We have card number 9. It's the card of assessing. Assessing. And you know, a lot of times when we're assessing, it's a matter of, it's a reflection, right? You're looking back on something, examining it, hopefully not ruminating, right? Because that's not good, but you're assessing a situation so that you could make decisions or take next steps. This card is really pretty. Look how she's looking. That tells me that she's not just, whatever this situation was, Diamond, this person, this figure here is not just thinking about like the immediate outcome of that. They're thinking about long-term effects as well. Not just what they could see here in the now, but they're also looking out, like future, looking out into the future. to see how that affects or impacts their path, their journey, their decisions, their choices, their situation. So there's a lot going on with this card. Okay, so you have card number 9, this card of assessing. So then I said, well, what is Diamond assessing? What does Diamond need to assess? And we got card 16, and it says a moment's regret. I feel like I have hair in my face. Okay, a moment's regret. Okay, so this is talking about nostalgia. Maybe you're idealizing the past, right? Or fearing that you made a mistake. Okay, I'm going to show you this card again. You see like the ship sinking in the background, there's fire back here, and she's just kind of thinking. And it's interesting because you have the card of assessing, but assessing is one thing, obsessing is another thing. And I feel like that's what this is warning, like against rumination. Like don't sit in an energy or in an experience and continue to ask yourself, like, I should have done this, I could have done that, why didn't I do this? I should have done this. Like, why wasn't I more graceful? No, like we have to change our own personal outlook on ourselves, right? Love ourselves more, Diamond, is what I'm getting with this reading. I feel like perhaps an intention that you could potentially work on would be taking better care of yourself, nurturing yourself more, honoring your choices and your decisions, telling yourself, right? Even if nobody else, telling yourself, I did the best that I could under those circumstances. I did the best that I could. Let yourself off the hook. Don't sit in this energy constantly looking, like on the lookout. This could also be like, oh, I'm on the lookout. What else is out there? What do I need to be careful of? What do I need to be cautious of? No, that's a difficult way to experience life if you're always careful, cautious, right? Looking for, oh, that's a red flag. Oh, gotta watch out for this. Oh, there's a pothole. Gotta look out for that. Like, it's hard to live life that way. So, assessing, I feel like, is kind of maybe wanting you to change up how you think or experience events in your life so that you're not sitting on them for too long. I do get that you could potentially be ruminating over things. You have here a moment's regret. A moment's regret. So I want to read that card for you. A moment's regret. That was card number 16. Are you familiar with the Alice story? Alice in Wonderland? You are. Okay. So what I like about this deck is that it gives you a little part of the story that is where this card comes from. Okay. So I'm going to read that for you. It says, it was much pleasanter at home, thought poor Alice, when one wasn't always growing larger and smaller and being ordered about by mice and rabbits. I almost wish I hadn't gone down that rabbit hole, and yet, I'd rather be curious, this sort of life. That is so cool, right? She wishes she hadn't gone down, but at the same time, she's happy that she was curious to actually do it. So the divination meaning for this card, this is second guessing your decisions, right? Berating yourself for the choices that you made, feeling regretful and missing what was. Maybe there's a sense of nostalgia, like you think about the past, or you're living in the past, or you're wishing things could be the way that they were. A focus on what is going wrong or what could still go wrong. That's kind of the energy that I was talking about in this card, where you might be looking for those, you know, for those like areas to look out for. I got to be careful of this. I got to be careful of that. I got to look out for here and there and everywhere. No. Maybe what this one queen wants you to do is be free. Be free, be beautiful, and just enjoy life. Don't look for all the potential hazards and pitfalls. Maybe enjoying a bird's eye view of your situation, or taking a step back and looking at it from a bigger picture with a bigger lens. So I'll pause there and you can tell me what you think about that, Diamond. YH. I don't know what YH is. Let me know. I think I want all the things I want from my manifestations. Yes. But remember, Diamond, I'm going to tell you this. I think you probably know this already, right? Sometimes we're doing our workings, right? Our manifestations, our ritual work. But remember that those things will manifest for you if they're in your highest and best, if they're for your highest and best self, right? Otherwise, you could ask over and over again, but if it's not for your greater good, it's not going to happen. So this could be a time for you to assess your current manifestations and maybe make some tweaks so that this fall you can potentially see a different outcome. Does that make sense? Oh, it's a very powerful new moon. For sure. I'm sure you will use some beautiful oracle decks for that. That's what I'm doing today. We're doing oracle deck readings. Wait, what do Eunartha? A long distance relationship from one one neighborhood to the next. Yikes. Yes, it's a stellium in Aries. Very rare. I think the last time I don't remember the exact year, but it was in the mid 800s the last time we had this stellium with these 7 astrological bodies in Aries. It was I want to say 8 in the year 847. For some reason that's standing out to me. Hi Linda, how are you? Welcome in. Libra from Boston, Massachusetts. Awesome. Welcome in. We're doing new moon readings so we could get our act together, and then, you know how they say you reap what you sow. So we want to sow good things. So that's why we're here today. So we can figure it out. We can figure it out together and help each other and give each other ideas on how to do things better. Oh, okay. The energy is intense. No. Oh, I know. Me too. I wake up at all kinds of times. I feel like we've had a year plus of rare. So true. I mean, but this is fire horse energy, right? I feel like my focus is on that. I feel like my focus is on that. Okay. Your focus is on that. Do you feel like, are you comfortable sharing one of your intentions? And that's why I am cautious. Okay. Like, what is one intention that you're working on manifesting? If you're comfortable, share. I don't want to put you on the spot. But I thought if we have the time together and we could talk through it, then maybe we could come up with an alternative or a way to tweak it, tweak the magical working. I also have, that just made me think, I have this deck here. the weird sisters, and there are so many awesome rituals in this deck. So maybe there could be financial abundance, marriage, but I'm not rushing. Okay. So let me see if there is a card in here for, and I'll give you an example and then maybe that could help you. Financial abundance. Let me see. There is a card in here for abundance. And hold on. All right. There is a spell in here for abundance and there's one for manifestation. I don't see anything for relationship. I see self-love. And just all of a sudden I feel like I want to tell you, before you have to make sure all your ducks in a row towards yourself before you invite in energy into your heart. What did Linda say? Getting my family and friends to move out. Yeah. Sometimes we just want our peace and quiet. Oh my God. Okay. So let's do abundance. Spell for abundance. That was number 3. 2, 3. Okay. I'm going to show you the card. Okay. Can you screenshot it? Screenshot the card. I'm going to hold it for a second. This is a sigil. And this is the sigil. You could treat it like a sigil. How about that? You could treat it like a sigil, screenshot it. Okay, then what you do is you could do a lot of different things, but what I like to do is I like to put it as my screensaver on my phone. That way, every time I get my phone and I touch it, I set the intention that when I touch it, that I'm activating that manifestation. Okay, so that was a spell for abundance. And this does not tell you how to do it, the spell. It tells you what you could use, and it's up to you to use your own imagination to put something together, okay? All right, spell for abundance. And listen up, you guys, because this could help other people, in the chat. So imagine a great feast. I'm going to show you the card, okay? Imagine a great feast set out for you and for all of your loved ones. What is being shared? Who is enjoying the field of plenty that is laid out for you? Envision this in your mind's eye and know that all this abundance is accessible to you and for you all because it is well deserved. Okay, so for this spell, the recommended ingredients are homemade bread or cakes, abalone shell, blessed wine, a pearl, and a dreamt up song. It is up to you how you take those ingredients and create a little ritual out of it for manifestation. And then once you put this, you can, put it on your phone. The other thing that some people do is they put it like under their mouse pad, right? And then every time they move their mouse, it activates the energy. That's another thing you could do. You could print it out and put it under your pillow, right? So that you're constantly manifesting that energy. So there's just a lot of different ways. You just, I invite you to be creative because at the end of the day, this is you. This is for you. Okay. Hopefully that is helpful for you. I'm going to leave this deck out in case anybody else wants help with something similar. There's like no room here. I need a bigger desk. All right. You are welcome. You're welcome. Good. Okay. Oh, and the family and the friends to move out. All right. That was Diamond. Ashish, are you still here? I know that was a long time. Tell me if you're still here, Ashish. You are welcome. All right, Ashish. So you know the deal. I am going to give you the message from spirit, and you can put that into an intention, or you could use it in the way that you feel best aligns. Okay? So here we go. Deep breath, and clear energy. Okay. This is for Ashish. Ashish is looking for guidance. What could we do now that's going to improve everything down the road 6 months from now? What does he need to do right now to align choices and create the life? This is the time to manifest. So what can he do right now? Mm, okay. We have the card of action for you, Ashish. So logically, I want to know. That's masculine energy, action. So now I want to know, what is it that what you need to take action on? It took me a moment to see what was on the card, but it's actually a dancer, a ballerina. And there's a lot of swirl and a lot of movement in her skirt. Right there. Oh, that's interesting. That card came up earlier. Mm. 22ª. Mm. I think we need to read the first card. That's card number 15. And I'm going to show you. It's really beautiful. So you can see the dancer there dancing before the moon, and the card is action. And you can see all the movement in her skirt, right? She's a ballerina. You see her? Her arms are in the air. In yoga, you would call this a heart opener. And being open requires, being receptive to what the universe has to offer. So we have here the card of action. So let me see what it says. The time has come to take action, Ashish. Let go of your paralysis. Let go of your burdens step by step. Okay? Sometimes we are afraid to move forward, and this is natural because change can be difficult. And if we have been hurt or have failed before, we are anxious about what may happen if we instigate change. Maybe we think it's easier and safer to just tread some water for a while, instead of taking joyful action towards the things that we truly desire. such as writing of a book, undertaking study, accepting a new job, or seeking a better relationship. Instead of doing those things, we balk, we freeze. We do not take the steps that we could have taken, so we remain stagnant and we don't grow. Okay? And that's important. We don't grow. So remember that, because I'm going to come back to that in a second. This moon phase encourages us to embrace action. Action is part of our humanity. You know what that means, right? Action is part of our humanity. If you are of the school of thought that your soul chose to come here to planet Earth to have a human experience, then action is part of that human experience. You didn't come here to not experience any action. Alvin, hi, how are you? It's good to see you. Happy new moon. So that is what it means by saying that action is part of our humanity. That is part of this whole human experience, is to be able to have the experience of taking action um, on things. We are not made to hide and to refuse to blossom, okay? So I'm going to give you an affirmation for this card, okay? I am responsive and ready to take action. I'm ready to take action. Pizza? Did you say pizza? Okay. So, remember earlier. Hi, how are you? Kathy, you're starting my hour-long commute home. Oh my gosh, I have an hour commute too. It's awful. And you're going to listen on the way. Okay, we'll keep you company and send positive intentions so that you could get home safely. Safely. Okay, so Ashish, remember, I was telling you that I wanted you to remember this part here. If we don't if we don't do what is suggested, we remain stagnant and we don't grow. The reason that I was telling you to keep that in your mind was because with the Alice deck, we cut the card growing up. Growing up. And this card came out earlier, okay? Growing up. Wanting to grow in experience. And I feel like this is you. I feel like you want to grow and you want to experience things, but I think that you feel that there are restrictions or blocks to doing the things that you want to do, and so because of that you stay put. Yeah. I think that you have more power than you give yourself credit for. And I think a big part of that is using your creativity. Using your creativity. The final card, I'm going to show it to you right here, La Seductora. Do you know what that means, Ashish? La Seductora, that's the seductress. Okay? And this deck is interesting because it actually has two cards that have this title, La Seductora. The first one is maiden energy, right? At the beginning of her life. And this one is more like mother energy, someone who has had life experiences and has learned how to do things a certain kind of way. And the energy for this card, the key words, La Seductora, okay? I'm going to tell you right now. Where did she go? This was 22nd, 22. This card is about having confidence, right? The way that you carry yourself, the way that you express yourself. This is about charisma, presentation. This is about authenticity, okay? I want to tell you something. Sometimes I I'm working with someone who is looking for a specific person, but that person, it's not just a person, it's also a personality, right? And that's what this is here. La seductora, this is a personality, right? This says, it says charm, it says confidence, it's charisma, authenticity. I feel like this person has a presence. When this person comes in, um, I feel like everybody notices. Everybody turns and looks because they have a certain aura about them. They have a certain energy to them. And I wonder sometimes if there's a way for you to call that energy in for yourself. And maybe that could be something that you work on manifesting, right? Taking action to come across confidently because you have to be confident, Ashish, because you're very well studied. You have everything that you need, educational, right? Educational, you have everything that you need. So not everybody has the things that you have, your certifications, your degree, your background. Not everybody has that. You have that. So you have to take confidence in that because you bring something that other people don't bring. So I want you to take some time to think about how you can embody this energy, right? And it doesn't have to be like, here we see the woman with the fur, rah, but this could be that businessman that is got his suit and he's put together and his hair is perfect and his cologne is on point and his outfit is like, woo. And, the person walks in and everybody's like, whoa, who is that? Like, they're not always the most attractive person, but they exude confidence. And confidence can get you so close to whatever it is that you are trying to manifest or bring into your life. So that's going to be my suggestion for you. As part of this growing up process, right? Because you have this card here, growing up. As part of this growing up process, think about ways that you can practice because a big part of confidence is practicing scenarios and situations so that when they actually happen to you, that you're prepared to handle them. So, definitely this reading is suggesting you got to take action. Okay? You got to take action. So, um, that's what I have for you, Ashish. Let me know if that makes sense. Confidence is a total game changer. It's a total game changer. I'm thinking about that movie. I forget the guy's name. The guy from the 40-year-old version where he's like married and his wife tells him at dinner that she wants a divorce and then he meets up with this guy. What the heck is his name? The guy kind of takes him under his wing and hold on one second. All right. So he takes him under his wing and he teaches him. It's like this art, and he takes him and he changes his entire wardrobe, his shoes, his clothing, his underwear, like everything. Takes him, to get groomed. Yes, Steve Carell. Yes, Steve Carell. And the other guy, the guy that always what's his name? He's so pretty. He's so pretty. But he takes him under his wing and he teaches him a thing or two, and that begins to change his level of um, confidence. And then Ryan Gosling, yes, Michael Stevens, yes, Ryan Gosling. And then all of a sudden, at the end of the movie, I think his wife is like, Whoa, hold on. He's making a lot of changes in All the Crazy Stupid Love. That's such a great movie. I just watched it the other night again. But yeah, hey Amanda Simpson, how are you? Welcome in. Such a great movie, but like it just goes to show the power of you feel a certain kind of way, a personal power when you put effort like that and intention behind what you're doing. So I feel like when I see this card here, La Seductora, it's like saying to you, you could do the same thing, just in a different way, in a way that makes sense for you. Anyways, I get carried away, but hopefully that makes sense to you. Awesome, awesome. I know. I love him too. He's so funny. I love watching like his interviews too because he's hilarious. You're driving again. Okay, be careful out there. Yes, and Kathy is driving too. She has an hour commute, so we want to make sure that Kathy and Desiree and anybody else that might be driving and listening remain safe. Because you know how it is. Like, driving is a pain in the neck, but driving on a Friday, for some reason, people just get all kinds of crazy trying to get home, and, it's not safe. Sometimes it's just not safe. All right, I'm going to shuffle this deck. Ashish, thank you so much for letting me read for you, friend. You're welcome. All right, that was for Ashish, and then the next reading was for Michael. Michael, and I think Michael is still here because I just saw he came in with the right answer. With the right answer. He knew the movie and the actor too. My favorite part is like when he tells him like they meet up at the mall and they're on the second level and he gets his shoes. Ryan Gosling gets Steve Carell's shoes and they're these like beat up pair of sneakers, like I don't know, Champion. I don't know, like some beat up off brand pair of sneakers. Hey, Jennifer, welcome in. Hi, Lori. How are you? And so he takes the sneakers and he just throws them over the edge. And he's like, "Are you crazy?" And he makes him buy new shoes. Oh my God. He was like, "What is this? Never wear this again. Never wear this again in my presence." Oh my God, it's the best. All right. I'm up for a new look, clothing, hair, and all. But Lori, I love your look. Like, look at me. I'm already crying. But Lori, I love your look. I love your look. But it is fun to try new looks. Desiree wanted to cut her hair off, and I was like, what? Don't do that. Her hair is so long and beautiful. I'm like, don't do it. But I left her alone, and she came out of it by herself. I was happy. Her spirit guides were like, no, new look. All right, hold on. I didn't want to sneeze in your ears. Sorry. That came out of nowhere. My hair is getting longer and longer. I know. Mine too. Hi, James. How are you? Welcome in. Alvin, how's life treating you in Italy? Tell me. How's everything going over there? Alvin's joining live from Italy. Okay. We're going to read for Michael. So, let me clear energy. Nice deep breath. Okay. This is for Michael. Michael. Michael needs to be setting some intentions during this powerful time of the year so that 6 months from now, when we hit that new moon in Libra, he's going to be all set. So, let's see. How do we request a reading? Oh, Jennifer, I can add you on the list. I'll just put you on the list right here, okay? Jennifer Letters. Okay, Jennifer, I got you on the list, okay? Yeah, the list is a little, let me see. I'm a little behind schedule, but I like to take my time with the readings. And sometimes I find that I could be reading for one person, but it's helpful to other people too. So I'm reading for Michael right now, and then after that it's Karen, then Debs, then Samson, then Slay is gone, and then you, Jennifer. Sometimes it goes quick because um, a lot of people put their name on the list and then they leave. So the PayPal link in the chat, yeah. Doesn't Nightbot, isn't it in Nightbot? Is Nightbot not doing it? What the heck? I just clicked it to see what happens. Yeah, the link is in Nightbot. It's in Nightbot. So let me see. Copy. I'm gonna copy it. And then, of course, donations get bumped to the top of the list there. I pinned it. Did I do it right? I think I did it right. Do your job, Nightbot. All right. So, ooh, Angela May Hookings, how are you? Let me see if it's clickable. Okay, tell me. All right, this is for Michael. Michael, what's the guidance for Michael? I'm liking these decks together. This Alice deck is really interesting because I feel like she looks sad in all the cards. Hi, sweetheart. Oh, I know your name. Where did I see you the other day? Were you in Trista's chat? Or maybe Laura B. Were you in Laura B's chat? Or was it in Truthwave? I can't remember, but I know I saw you the other day. 12 week ahead, what you see, sweet not bad. Foot back, plod along. Thanks for asking. Angela May, you're the best and I adore you. And I'm going to put you on the list, okay? Angela. Okay, I got you, Angela. Don't fall asleep. Don't fall asleep, Angela. I'm doing good. I'm doing good, Angela. You know why? Because I'm officially on vacation. I'm officially on vacation and I'm gonna see Desiree in 1 week. I'll get to meet Desiree. Ooh, ooh. Damn, Michael. This is good. Michael, I'm gonna tell you. Yes. Good memory, you see? Ah, I told you. I told you. I don't remember which chat though. I try to go to all the chats. It's hard to keep up with everybody. All right, Michael, this is for you. So it's a beautiful message, but it's also like I feel like spirit is just like grabbing you by the shoulders and like shaking you at the same time. So the first card is gratitude. Look how beautiful that card is. I can't help but see like an elder, like a younger person holding the hand of an elder. I don't know if you have somebody like that in your life. But for me, with this card, gratitude, I can't help but think like, I think sometimes, and this is not just you, Michael, by the way. I feel like all of us have, are like this, right? Like we're so focused on doing all the things, improving. Um, yes, the more intuitive me. Um, so we're focused on learning and growing and expanding and asking what could I do to get better and what do I need to know and what else can I do and da 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 da. But I think what this card is wanting you to do is like take a pause and remember to have gratitude because nothing helps us energetically more than having that heart of gratitude, being grateful for what you have and finding joy in the little things. When we have this, they call it attitude of gratitude. When you have this in your life, it actually shifts the way that you think and the way that you come across because you have a heart of gratitude. You're grateful for everything, right? No matter how insignificant, no matter how small, you're grateful for everything. And because of that, the universe opens even more doors for you. So I think for you, Michael Stevens, this card is saying, in terms of like setting the intention for this new moon, let's start with a gratitude list. Let's start with a gratitude list. Hi, Samson. When can I expect my chance? You're so funny. Okay, I'm reading for Michael, and then after Michael, it's Karen, Debs, and then you, Samson. So we're getting close. We're getting close. Thank you for your patience. So attitude of gratitude for you, Michael. Okay, and I think this is important because you know what? Spirit is saying, wake up, snap out of it. That's what I think. Yeah, the more intuitive me. But I put the link in the thing. If you click it, it should say the more intuitive me, which is my channel name. The more intuitive me. So yeah, this card is saying, wake up. It says, it is your moment. Like now. So that goes back to this card, gratitude. Because to have gratitude, you have to be in the now. We can't always be in the future. I need to do this. It's not clickable on the phone. Debs, what you have to do is you have to hit the, remember that trick that Clint showed us? You have to hit the thumbs up on the video, then exit the video, right? Then go into your liked videos and then you go back in and then the links work. That's how you get the links to work. I think that might be why your links don't work. So sorry, I lost my train of thought. Okay. Gratitude and this card here, wake up. Your moment is now. That's what I was saying. That in order um to have this moment, you have to be in the now. And a lot of times we're so busy and again, I'm not saying this is not just you, right? This is okay. Um this is not just you, this is a lot of people because, we're hustlers. We're always looking for what we could do better, where we could improve, what could we do different, how could we add, how could we enrich our lives. And all of that is fine. All of that is fine and dandy, but you got to be in the present moment and you have to have gratitude for those things that you already have because guess what? The last card that came out is the card for the month of September, and it is called La Transformación, which is the transformation. You are being transformed before your very eyes and you don't feel it and you don't see it. It's like, when you haven't seen a friend for a really long time and you see them and you're like, oh my gosh, you lost a lot of weight. It takes you by surprise. But if you see them every day for 6 months, then you don't realize it, right? It's not that easy to notice that. So this is saying the time is now. You are transforming now. Look at the grapes on that tree. I mean, if that's not abundance, I don't know what is. This is a card of power. Transformation for November. Let's see here. Was it November or September? September. Transformation. Change, not just change, but listen to this, refinement. I like that because, a lot of times we think that we have to change all these things about ourselves. No, like sometimes we don't have to change. We just have to fine tune little details, and that makes the difference. So that's my message for you, Michael, and come back into the present. Like maybe develop a practice for yourself while you come back into the present. Create this gratitude list, and I want to read this for you. Here's the book. Wake Up. It's card number 25. Card number 25. Okay. And it says, when this here, I'm going to show you the card. When this card comes to you, you can be sure that you have the spotlight turned directly on you. You are being asked to wake up, to be present to what is being asked of you, and to rise to the occasion. Although you may feel like withdrawing, and not being so very visible, there's no running away. You cannot sleep through this moment, for others are eagerly waiting to hear from you. They are ready to listen and enjoy what you have to offer, to finally hear what you have been waiting to say for a long time. You might feel like you're not ready. You might be hesitant to speak. You may also wish to withdraw and hide, either in sleep or in hibernation, but there's no turning away from your moment. And when it comes, and it will, make it count. Tell your story. Speak up strong. Share your words and your thoughts. If people interpret and demand explanations, continue regardless. The time for sleeping and dreaming is over. Suddenly and almost quite unexpectedly, it is time to wake and share the wonders that you have within you. How beautiful is that? Ooh, I love that. Hey, Jay Sutton, how are you? Welcome in. Tell me what you think of that. It has no picture. I did the link. Okay. I'm gonna pause while you do that. And I'm gonna see the more intuitive me. That is the name, the more intuitive me. That is me. That one is mine. Okay. So, let me go back to the chat. Okay. Yes, I love it. Thank you. Okay, perfect. Yay! All right. So that was for Michael. Okay, we're making progress. All right. Next we have Karen. I'm gonna do this reading for Karen, and who knows, maybe this might be the jumping off point for the reading that she does for herself a little bit later. Oh my god, you guys, I gotta dip. Okay, bye, Eunartha. Thanks for hanging out. Bye, friend. All right, give the decks a shuffle, and then we'll read for Karen. And it is card night on Truth Wave tonight. So I'll be live on the channel tonight for cards and meditation. I'm excited. Exciting. Don't bump anyone. Your regular PayPal, not the live stream link. Okay then. Okay then. Don't bump anybody. You make me laugh. Okay. Let's see. And then right over here, he got the card La Transformación. It was so good. That was perfect. All right. We're gonna do that and give the decks a shuffle. All right. So there. Okay. All right. So this is gonna be for the lovely Karen Suki. I'm gonna pull a card for our intentions for this moon. I'm home for not for long. My daughter has a game tonight. Oh my gosh, Desiree. You're everywhere today. Okay. Deborah. Oh, Deborah. Debs, I got it. I got it, Debs. Thank you. It arrived 417.26 and 351, 3456. So you're on the West Coast. Yeah. Thank you so much, my friend. Ooh. Oh, I like this card for you, Karen. I feel like it's perfect for the new moon. The first card is a card of beginnings. Lots of work raising these kids, for sure. You're doing fine work. Oh. Oh, this is interesting. Ooh. I kind of like these cards together. I feel like I definitely want to read from the Alice book for this one. So, all right, where's my chats? Where's the chats? Okay. All right. The first card is right here, beginnings. I mean, talk about a portal. Talk about a portal. You have the card of beginnings for the new moon, and your card is actually called, look, do you see that? New moon. So the new moon card came out for the new moon. Yes, yes. So I love that. The synchronicity of that is like amazing because this deck has basically it has cards for the whole for the cycle, right? For all the cycles of the moon. Let me go back here. There's dark moon, new moon, and then there's one, two, three, there's six waxing crescents, then the first quarter moon, then there's six waxing gibbous, then the full moon, and then there's six waning gibbous, and then the last quarter moon, and then there's six waning crescent. So that's a lot of moon cards. For the new moon card to come out on the night of the new moon is pretty crazy. I was meditating while you shuffled. Ooh, that's interesting. Yeah. So you have the card of beginnings. And notice how everything is black and white until you step in through the portal. You could visualize with this card too. Like, I forgot what they call that. Like when you take the card and you like relax your eyes and you envision yourself stepping into the card and then you explore what's on the other side of the portal. I love that so much. It's so good. Yes, like the Wizard of Oz. It's just like the Wizard of Oz. It's so good. So you have the beginnings card, card number 2. And then, so it's interesting because this card is like an invitation to explore and check things out. But the next card is this one, Curiouser and Curiouser. Do you remember that from the book? Curiouser and Curiouser. So cool. This is a card about, and I'm going to show you. It's about discovery. It's about inquiry. It's about weirdness. It's about curiosity. I love this. I say that all the time. See? So you have this card with this gorgeous portal, and we are in a portal ourselves. We're in this new moon energy where we have this rare stellium in Aries, 7 astrological bodies all under the sign of Aries, and you got the portal card. And then you get this Alice card that's inviting you to be more curious, to really step into that energy and to explore. Sometimes doing this exploration can feel uncomfortable. Look at the look on her face. Sometimes it can be uncomfortable, but sometimes I do feel like we have to learn to be comfortable with the uncomfortable. So I'm gonna let you think about that. Spaces where you could learn to be comfortable with the things that you find uncomfortable usually. Okay. The final card is so this deck is interesting, right? Because there are 28 moon cards, and then there's a card for each of the months, and then there's 10 secrets. 10 secrets. And so for you, one of the secrets has come up, and it is generación, which, we have generation there. Generación. This is the birthing, the creation, and the emergence of something new. Hello. I mean, Karen, this is a direct invitation for you to get curious and to explore a little bit more and to go past wherever your typical boundaries are. Growth happens in discomfort. Yes. Yes. So, and it's interesting. I don't know if you saw this. This one, Curiouser and Curiouser, is card number 9. Card number 9. I know you like to look at that stuff. So I'm gonna tell you, this is, and I remember that line from the book. Curiouser and curiouser, cried Alice. She was so much surprised that for the moment she quite forgot how to speak good English. Now I'm opening out like the largest telescope that ever was. Love that. When we enter new surroundings and allow ourselves to discover the wonders that lie within us, we often find ourselves feeling fascinated and filled with awe at what is taking place. When everything seems very new and exciting, we can be filled with the kind of wonder that is most often thought to belong to children. But the truth is that we can all tap into that wonder again. We can all be filled with curiosity and experience the desire to explore and discover, because this is where you find yourself when this card is pulled. You might believe that what is taking place is weird or odd, and maybe it is. You might be discovering things about yourself that you would once have thought impossible or even denied. But now you know that you have so much within you that you are only just beginning to know all of who you are. When this takes place, just like Alice, we grow. Of course, this doesn't mean that you will literally get bigger, but you will be growing as a human. You are having new experiences, and this creates an expansive sense of possibility. This can seem quite uncomfortable and, again, strange, but it is also wonderful that you are growing in this way so that you can find yourself in weird places with new people, amongst unfamiliar behaviors, and you may be changing, growing, developing, and discovering. Do not fret at the discomfort. Try to stay with the wonder of the newness all about you. Open up, reach out, and expand yourself and grow. Wow. Yeah, telling you to play. Why aren't you listening, Karen? Why aren't you listening? You gotta play, you gotta get out there. La generación, right? Of course, we see the tree there. I think of the word generation, like things that are passed from generation to generation. But, of course, we see like the roots in, you could see the roots of the tree, but also in Spanish, that word generación, like it reminds me also of the word regeneration, right? Not just generation, but regeneration. Where do you have room to regrow parts of yourself that you thought were lost to you? That's my question. Whew! I had to stop right there. You got to get out of your house. You got to get out of your house to do this. Check out Desiree. Don't be so serious, Karen. Don't be so serious. Yeah, I knew it. I do feel I have lost a lot of what I was, right? And maybe some of that was meant to go, but maybe there's parts of that that you're meant to reclaim for yourself. You know, that here you have la generación, right? In English, if you think of the word regeneration, a lot of times that word regeneration to me, I think of the starfish, where they can regrow, parts of themselves. And the same for you. You can do that as well. You can do that as well. So that is for you, my friend. Hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully that inspires you to give it a little bit more thought. And I hope you get a chance to do your reading later. And thank you for letting me read for you. Always a pleasure. All right. So that was for Karen. Next we have New York Debs, and after New York Debs, we have Samson. All right, New York Debs, I know you're still here. Ooh, look at Angela May go. Let it loose with dance. It helps the soil. La on YouTube, ease mind. Yeah, I like that. Dancing is great. I always wanted to try ecstatic dancing. Always wanted to try that. All right, next one is gonna be for my New York Debs. Okay. Yes, we definitely have to clear the energy for sure. All right. Nice deep breath, okay, Debs? Okay. Ooh, belly dance. What? That's awesome. Okay, let's see. What is Deb's message? Message for the new moon. What can Deb be working on? What is the thing that she needs to focus her intention on? Oh, we have a repeat card today. I think a lot of us could be in this energy right now. I think this card came out for diamonds. Ooh. Oh, this is interesting. Okay. You ready, Debs? I got the hiccups. What do you think that means? I got the hiccups. What do you think that means? Okay. You got the card assessing. Assessing. And I feel like this could be because this card came up twice tonight. I feel like this could be a message for the collective as well. I think a lot of us at this time of year, at the time of the new moon, and at the start of the astrological year, because this is the first new moon in the sign of Aries, I think a lot of us are reflecting on where we are and where we want to be and where we see ourselves and where we hit it and where we missed the mark. And I think we're doing a lot of that right now. And I think that's why we're seeing this card again. So you have the card of assessing. This is the card for the first quarter moon, okay? First quarter moon. Now, what are we assessing? You got card number 4. Falling. Falling. Card number 4. Okay, the keywords on this card are the unknown, the descent, momentum, and change. But the worst part about this, you ever have that dream where you're like falling and then you like you hit the bed? The feeling of falling is scary because you don't know where you're going to land. It feels a little out of control, right? Falling into the unknown. Also, when you're falling, you build momentum, which is why it hurts when you finally land. There's change. And it's interesting change because the card that came out is Vigésima Noche. Vigésima Noche is Vigésima. Vigésima is 20. Night number 20. Okay. You have La Costurera, which is the seamstress. La Costurera is the seamstress. And then you can see from this card that you have some Isis energy coming in there. You have Isis energy coming in there, La Costurera. And this is about repairing and mending and then integrating. I feel like this is really interesting, Deb, because you have this card of assessing, but then you're falling. And a lot of times when we're going through this fall, right, this change, the unknown, stepping into the unknown, there's things that are gonna need to be repaired as a result of that, right? So this Isis energy is coming in, la costurera, the seamstress, like what is going to be repaired? And that was card number 20, repair, integration, mending. I want to get, where's the book? Where's the book? Oh, I put it down here. I did like a little cheat sheet of like the keywords. But this is the little booklet that it comes with and it's in Spanish. Let me see. La costurera. Okay, so I have to read it in Spanish and then translate it into English, so it's going to take me a minute. But the card says, "Who am I?" Right? And this is this card right here, "Who am I?" Um, and what she says is 20 nights make me enough of a moon in order to understand how the world works. And what she says is, my energy is for those who have known and received pain. Because of that, they can appreciate the little jewels that life offers us, right? And sometimes that happens as a result of pain. We end up with this little nugget. The creator of this deck is from Argentina, I believe. Yeah, it's really beautiful. So, in the spirit of pain, and for all of those that are undergoing their own personal pain or their own personal hell, this is kind of letting you know that there is. And then look at the colors of the wings. I almost feel like there's a rainbow. At the end of all this, there's going to be something that you can take away, right? That explains the moon. Yes, because this is card number 20 in the um, in the moon cycle. So this would be day number or night number 20. That's why it shows it like that. Okay, I'm going to jump down to the bottom. My advice. Don't punish yourself for any insatisfactions because a lot of times we give up before we even try. Don't give up without persisting. Stand up and elevate your conscious with a divine hug between Isis and Osiris. I feel like that's a beautiful message. At the end of the day, she's here to help you repair and mend the parts of yourself that you feel could be broken or are broken, right? So here, where this card, hi Chippy, how are you? Here, where this card, she's falling and she's crying. You don't have to cry because you have divine love coming in to help you repair. Happy Friday, Chip. So, think about that the next time you're assessing your situation. Okay? Let me know what you think about that. Light at the end of the tunnel. Chippy, it's Friday. Chippy, guess what? I'm on vacation starting today. And Chippy, guess what? Number 2. In 1 week, I'm gonna meet Desiree. Ta! I'm gonna meet Desiree in 1 week. 1 week from today, Desiree and I will be in the same location. We will no longer be in different time zones. That was a beautiful reading. Let me know. What the hell? My computer froze. Yeah. That's funny. Like, look at your water cup. The more intuitive me. See that? Des has our gifts. I'm so excited. I'm gonna wear your gift. You made it home, Kathy. Yay. No problem. Thank you so much. Thank you. Have a great weekend. It actually starts on Wednesday. Well, I started today, Des. Des is going to Bruno Mars, and then she has to wake up super early to come get me at the airport. Right, Des? Don't leave me hanging, Des. You gotta wake up early after Bruno Mars to come get me at the airport. All right. That was for Debs. The next reading is for Samson. Samson, are you here, Samson? Let me know. Starts on Wednesday. I'm gonna go see Bruno Mars. To take, oh, okay, you have to get up early anyways to take her to the bus stop. Okay. Awesome. Oh my God. Okay, Samson, it's all you now. Let's see. Are you here? Whoop. I didn't write down the full name, but it was Samson something or other. I spelled that wrong. Okay, so we're gonna give Samson a minute, and after Samson was Slay is gone. Okay. And then, so we got an APB out for Samson, for Slay is gone. And then after that, it was Jennifer Lutters. So, are you here? Jennifer. I use a black background, so add the night screen. I do that on some of my things, but I don't know how to do it on all the things. I know, I like the young too because it glows. Yes, that's true. I don't know how to do it. I need to fix it. All right, so we just read for Debs. So let me see. Last call for Samson. Om. Let's call for Slay is gone. Om. Last call for Jennifer. See, you gotta be patient. Yep. Slay is gone, is gone. Slay slayed. Slay came and slayed. Jennifer letters. There you go. Om. Gone. Okay. Sansom is not here. Slay is not here. Jennifer Letters is not here. So that means Angela May, you're next. Are you here? Are you awake, Angela May Goodings? Let me know. Let me know. Chip, what I was telling the world was that it's a very powerful new moon because it is the first new moon of the astrological year. New moon in Aries. It is also there's also a rare stellium in the sign of Aries where there are 7 astrological bodies all under the sign of Aries. So if you notice that the energy is just a tad bit buck wild, that's what it is. So we have Aries, that's the sign of independence, bravery, and passion. In case you didn't know, it's a fire sign. It's also a cardinal sign. So it's the first one. And then under the sign of Aries, we have Mercury meeting Neptune. So visualize what that means, right? Mercury being the planet of communication, and the importance of having clarity of thought as we step into this Neptune energy. Okay, so we have that going on, and then we have the sun, which is your sense of self. Oh, who did that? Oh, thank you, Chip. That's so sweet. Thank you. Thank you, Chippy. You have sun, which is your sense of self, and then your moon. Some people think of the sun as like your exterior and the moon as your interior. Both of these are up against Chiron, the wounded healer. This is going to show you all your shit, all the things that you haven't healed from, the things that trigger you, the things that you need to. It's going to show you what you need to work on, but it's also, it wants to heal you and make you better. That's why it keeps showing you all your crap, right? So you have all of these in the sign of energy. And then lastly, if you could imagine how crazy this is, you have the energy of Mars, okay, which you know Mars is the god of war, right? You have the energy of Mars meeting the boundaries of Saturn, the rules and restrictions of Saturn. Mars is like, get out the way. Saturn is like, hold on now, stay in your lane. We got rules to follow here. Everything is for your own good. Mars is like, to hell with that. All of that under the sign of Aries, which is a sign of fire. There's a lot. It feels very heavy, very crazy. Hi, how are you? Alok Lodi, you curse. No, who said that? I didn't say that. Desiree was supposed to be captioning. All right, we're reading for Angela May. So, because of this, this makes this new moon all the more potent, a really powerful portal, right? Like in the fall, when we're thinking about the fall harvest, right? You know how they say you reap what you sow. So, what are you sowing right now so that you could reap in the future? This is what we want to think about. This is what we want to think about. So, let's pull cards for Angela. There is, but no, gotta stand ground now. Yeah, I forgot my job. What job? Oh, you forgot. You were supposed to be, what is that, censoring? You're supposed to be censoring the production. Ankita from a different, yes, Ankita, I recognize the last name, Lodi. I recognize, so you're in a different account right now, Ankita. Your other account is also Lodhi, but it has cherries. The other one has cherries. It's good to see you, Ankita. We're doing full moon, not full moon. We're doing new moon manifestation readings tonight. I'm reading for Angela May right here. Oh my God, Angela May. Angela May. No puede ser. Angela May. This is a powerful one, I can tell. Oh, I need a censor button. Yeah. You need, you gotta use this guy. Let's see if I find him. Let's see. Whenever there's any profanity, you gotta do that. Told my son, don't worry, I'll do for all. Learn what I say to him. That's fine. I get that you want to learn the lessons, the hard lessons, so that he doesn't have to, but everybody has to experience. Experience is the best teacher, right? Experience is the best teacher. I'm looking at the chart. Okay, that's all right. Look at the chart. Here, let's put some divine, here, masculine, feminine energy right here for you. Since Isis came out a little bit earlier, let's bring some of that in. Oh my God, your card is right here. Oh, oh my God, Angela May. I like this a lot for you. Give me a moment, Angela May, to look at this. Okay, hold on. April 18 to 20, planetary alignment. Mercury difficult to see, need good. Desiree has a good microscope, I was gonna say. Telescope. She has a good telescope. But it is still cool. I created an AI version and I put it in my thumbnail. Did you guys see it? I put it in my thumbnail. You know what I haven't shown in a while? Hold on. And I think maybe that's why I haven't been getting as many. But look, friends, please remember to hit the like button. If you haven't already done so, please do me a favor and hit that like button. Thank you so, so much. It's a beautiful blue color. Yeah. I feel like there's a little bit of like an opposing message here, so I just need a minute to sit with this, okay? Where is... got like a million books here. What is happening? I got a mess on my desk. Where... what the heck? Oh, here it is right here. All right, I'm gonna show you the card. Look how beautiful that is. I just love this so much. This card is called self-reflection. Okay, she's looking at herself in the mirror. All right, she's looking at herself in the mirror. There's a front side of her and a back side of her, but then through the portal or on the other side, the figures are underwater. Do you see that? Oh my God, your neighbor. I feel like going over there and putting your neighbor in check. I swear to God. So you have this card here, self-reflection. You know, this could be you and your neighbor mirroring to each other. You on one side, the neighbor on the other side. Look at that. Have you ever thought about that? That could totally be. This could be you and your neighbor. Self-reflection. I'm going to read to you what this card says, okay? Be curious about your own nature. Choose to turn inward to quietly contemplate who and what you are and want. The more you know about yourself, the more you're able to steer yourself well. Know what you believe and why, and be open to the development of new beliefs and ways of being. Okay, so I'm going to tell you the affirmation for this card. I am not afraid to look deeply at myself in all aspects. You know what I said to somebody today? I said to them, I feel bad because I feel like I'm always showing you my ugly bits. But that is part of the human experience. All of us have things about ourselves that we love and we proudly show off, but then there's other parts of ourselves that we wish we could just bury away. So this card is saying to you that it might be a good time to take a deep, close look. What do others see when they see you, Angela May? What do other people see when they look at you? I want you to think about that, okay? So that was the first card. The next card is 32. And this one says, belong to your own dream. Create your own life. I mean, I don't know. This is like so perfect. Okay. Um, Ankita, yeah, I could put you on the list, Ankita. Of course I can. Of course I could put you on the list. You'll be the last one for today, okay, Ankita? And you go right after Angela May. Ankita, you go right after Angela May, and then you'll be the last one. So, Angela May, remember what I was telling you, Angela May. See? Well done, Desiree. Well done. Okay, Angela May. When other people look at you, what do they see? I want you to sit in front of the mirror and look at yourself. Look deep into your eyes and ask yourself that question, okay? That's your homework assignment. And then look at this card here. She's in a dream state. Belong to your own dream. You get to create your own life. Angela May, you get to create your own life, okay? This is about finding that maybe you've been following a plan or a path that isn't meant for you. Decide to take steps to live in a way that is authentic and truly your own. Maybe you're rebelling right now, wishing to live in your own world, no longer making decisions, staying with people or in jobs that are not part of your dream, not being directed or governed by the desires and dreams of others. Right? You can't like your son has his wishes and dreams and you have your own. You are your own person, okay? Deciding to make big changes towards following the path that is your soul's true dream for its evolution in this lifetime. And you know what I'm going to say to top it all off? Is this is the message from Spirit, La Independiente. Do you know what that means? That means the independent one. The independent one, La Independiente. You have to live your life independently of others, right? So this reading is saying, sit with yourself. What do you see when you look in the mirror? What is it that you embrace and what is it that you want to work on? Then you set your intention, right? This card here is suggesting belong to your own dream. Don't be worried about the neighbor. Don't be worried about your son. Think about Angela May. What does Angela May want? And does that align with Angela May's best and highest self? Right? I was saying this earlier. You could ask Spirit till you're blue in the face. Please let me win the lotto. Please, please let me win the lotto. Let me get the winning numbers to the lottery ticket. But if that is not in alignment with your higher self, that's never going to happen. What you seek has to be something that is in alignment with your higher self. The only way you know that is by asking. And if you put that intention out there and nothing happens, then you start tweaking the intention until you get closer to what it is that you're looking for. Belong to your own dream. How are you going to do that? You got to be independent. This says novena noche, which is the ninth night. La Independiente, the ninth night. This is about having autonomy over your life. I mean, it's like backing up this card. This is about having autonomy in your life and also the confidence to live it the way that you see fit. So that's my message for you, Angela May. Angela May Hookings. Please tell me what you think about that. Putting me first, going on trips, know my cat's safe and my house. Yeah, I mean, that's true. But like, I want to invite you to go a little bit deeper, not surface level. Like if I'm meeting somebody, but I want to talk about myself, but I don't really want to talk about myself, I might say, "Hi, I'm a mom of two, and I I have two cats, and I enjoy spending time, with whatever." But like that's like up here, but like going deep, deep within, there has to be more than that. So I want you to dig into that for your intention setting for this new moon, okay? That was pretty powerful for you, Angela May. Tell your nosy ass neighbor to knock it off. Tell her I am independent and you're not in my dream. You're not a part of my dream. Talking to the kid to volleyball. Bye, Des. Who's next? Bye, Bessie. See ya. See ya, see ya. Next is Ankita. I'm shuffling now for you. Bye. What size is your mirror? Wait, hold on, Des. Are you not coming to Truth Wave tonight, or are you still gonna be at soccer, a volleyball? All right. If you can make it to Truth Wave, fabuloso. If not, I totally get it. Ankita, the card that came out for you is just so on point. It's just so on point. Bye. Oh, Fatima, you're still here. Yay. I might come in late. Okay. That's okay. How are you, Fatima? You're celebrating your sister's birthday. Did you guys do like a birthday cake for her? I'm doing intention readings tonight, Ankita, so we're pulling out 3 cards. Ooh. All right. Hi, how are you? Oh my gosh. You know what I was going to tell you? Thank you so much. All right, you guys. So guess what Create did? Create and Relay came to my channel and I told her that I was struggling because it was difficult for me to get my watch hours. So she's been watching some of my videos, but the other day I put out a video and she hit the hype button. She hyped the video and then because of that it got more views than normal. And I was just so blown away because hyping is such a great way to say thank you and to show love and support for another creator. And it costs no money, it's free. And she did that for me, and it was so awesome. So thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you. Angela May says, yes, sweet. No in my heart wastes time even speaking. It goes in one ear and out the other. Oh, I had to prove the fence my side, then put the windbreaker up to stop her nosy in the garden. Put hole covered with must. I wish you could just move out of there. Yes, it was very helpful. She's got to pay for the fence. The fence is ruined. That's a tough situation. Okay, Ankita, you ready, my friend? What the hell? What's going on here? I swear this computer is on its last leg. It's on its last leg. All right. I lost the chat. Hold on. Let me find you. I lost the chat. And where did it go? Here it is. Okay. I got it back. The 150 hours. I crossed into 100 now. So now I'm down to 100. I need 100 hours in order to complete the 3000 or whatever it is. You know what that is? I was short 150 hours for I've been short 150 hours for 3 months. But every day I lose hours and I get hours and I lose hours and I get hours. So it's really hard to cross the thresholds. But you did help me because now I have like the other day it shot up into like about 100. So hopefully we can get past the stretch at this point. I'm really hoping. And then, like, during the time that I'm out with Desiree, I did pre-record content and I put it out there so that I hopefully you know, don't lose any more hours. Okay, so Angela May, let me see. Hope move comes soon. Yeah, yeah, it's hard to tell. She's jealous of us. Oh, I'm sorry, Angela May. All right, Ankita, let's do your reading. So this is for the powerful month or sorry, new moon in Aries, a beautiful portal of manifestation, which I think is so awesome because you got this card here, patience, which to me, this looks like the ultimate portal. This is the ultimate portal. And the fact that she's standing there with a balloon, this to me speaks a lot, right? Because when you think about it, usually you would see a younger child with a balloon. It's fun, it's playful, it shows um, the hope and the inspiration that a young child feels at life, right? But the key word on this card is patience. You see that? And so spirit is telling you that patience is required in order for you to be able to cross into that portal, to cross the threshold. So then, with the card of patience, you have you have an angel number 44. Card number 44. This card says you can't go back to yesterday. You got to be in the present. Can't go backwards. You got to stay in the present moment. That's the problem, I think, a lot of times in this human existence. We either spend a lot of time ruminating about the way that it used to be or worrying about what might happen in the future, okay? We have to do a better job of bringing ourselves back to the present moment. And I feel like the sooner we do that, the sooner we could step into presence, into gratitude for the things that we have instead of the things that we lost or the things that could potentially happen down the road. No, forget about all that. We got to be in the present moment. Okay. This card, patience, is telling me that this is a lesson. This is something that you likely need to work on. And you're probably not the only one because patience is hard for a lot of people. It is not easy to sit and be patient and wait for your ship to come in, right? But this is the time of year when you want to start doing some of that manifestation work, putting your intention out there into the universe because come the fall time when everybody else is harvesting and bringing in their crop, you are going to be asking yourself, well, what about me? What do I get out of all this? Well, if you didn't do the work now, how can you get anything down in the future? Good night, Fatima. Thank you for coming. And I hope she has a beautiful birthday. Let her know that I said birthday wishes and blessings. You cannot go back to yesterday. You got to be in the present. You got to find your patience, girl. You got to find your patience. Because I think you try very hard to like shimmy to the front, but you got to learn to be patient because where you are at this point in time, tell yourself that. This is one of my most favorite affirmations. I am exactly where I need to be at this moment in time. Okay? I'm exactly where I need to be in this moment in time. Learn to be patient with where you are in the journey. Okay? And then this final card here, Decimo Novena, that's 19. Decimo Novena Noche. This is the 19th night of the moon cycle. Okay? I'm going to show it to you. The Menad. Okay? The Menad. This is, it could be translated into the ecstatic one. This card is about emotional release. It's also about intensity and about expression. Okay. Notice the stag, the white stag in the forest, and notice the group here dancing. It's like they're in ritual here under the night of the moon, and then the white stag shows up. That's a blessing, right? I would say that if that was you and you were here under the light of the moon, dancing and celebrating in ritual, and a white stag showed up, that would be auspicious. That would be very auspicious. La Menade. That was card number 19. Emotional release, intensity, expression. I want to read that card. You have to be patient with me because this one is in Spanish, so I have to read it in Spanish, translate it to English, and then tell you. La Menad. This was Decima Novena, 19. Okay. This is interesting. Okay, here, I'll show you the card while I do all this mental translation in my brain. It says, Soy la luna de la décima nueva noche. Okay, so I am the loon of the 19th night, and I have reached the peak of my roundness. Okay, now the next part of this is what I reveal or what I see. So I'm going to tell you that in a moment. In the clearing, there is a celebration. And there's a fire at the center, and they're dancing around the fire. They're dancing, but they're also singing. I do feel like it's very much of a ritual between women. The sound of their song reaches every corner of the forest and captivates anyone who is listening, which I think is why that stag is there. Hi, Samson. Yes, you did. I called you about 30 minutes ago. Um, let's see. And so the final part of that, Ankita, is my advice. Let's see. Learn to resist the consequences of all of your actions. I feel like there's more to that. The consequences of all of your actions. Oh, because every time you prolong the things that you are meant to do, it's okay, Samson. Um, it um it creates it creates consequences to your actions. I feel overall like there's definitely an invitation for you to come into ritual, but also an invitation for you to work on being more patient. And as I think about this, I'm like, well, how could she be more patient? And immediately I heard grounding. And I was thinking, like, dancing is a perfect way to ground yourself, ground your energy. And just remember that you can't always go back to the past. You have to learn how to manage staying in the future. And all of us do this. I don't want you to feel like, oh my gosh, she's calling me out. No, everybody does this. Like we naturally go back in time or from forward into the future. But I think the key is to have awareness of when you're doing it, and then like slowly or you'll start to catch yourself doing it. And then when you catch yourself, it's okay. You just bring yourself. It's just like when you're meditating, right? And they tell you, visualize your thoughts as clouds floating into the sky, right? And then all of a sudden, you start thinking about this project that I need to get done after I'm done with this meditation. You don't get angry with yourself, you catch it, right? And then you let it go and you continue with your meditation. It's that same concept, right? Once you have awareness that you're doing it, you will start to catch yourself more often. And then you just gently with love and care and attention, you bring yourself back to the present moment. And I feel like that is going to help you become a little bit more patient. I'm going to pause there. I think that's a good idea, Ankita, to dance tonight. Absolutely. I love that. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. All right. Hopefully that makes sense to you. All right. So Ankita was meant to be the last person, but Samson just came in and Samson was on the list earlier, so I'm gonna stay on a little bit, like a little bit longer so I could get Samson's reading in, but that's it. Like Samson is the last one. Okay. Last one. No more. No more calls. Okay, Samson, are you here with me? It's okay. Sometimes people put their name on the list and then and then they disappear, but it could be lots of reasons, right? Like sometimes they're lagging or they have internet, connection issues or they just had to do other things or whatever. If they come back and I have time, I try to work them back in. And then if not, I just tell them I'll be back next Friday. So, yes, absolutely, Ankita. The consequences of our actions. Every time we delay something, the consequences of our actions seem so harsh. I think of it as like a domino effect. Like every time you do this one thing, it causes this other thing to kind of, get off track. So just be cognizant of that. The fact that everything leads to something else. Even the most insignificant decision that you make has some kind of domino effect in your life. All right. So let me see. Samson, you still here? Samson. Samson Jacob, are you here? I just finished the reading for Ankita. I'm going to hype your video. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. That was really helpful. That would be really helpful. And actually, I did a video on this deck here, right? This one, Oráculo Lunar. It's a Spanish language deck, but I feel like we hardly ever see Spanish language decks. So I really wanted to feature it on the channel, and it didn't get very many views. And I'm like, how come we wouldn't bat an eye to bring in a German deck or an Italian deck or deck? But there doesn't seem to be as much interest in a Latin deck. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna show the deck, and hopefully other people will see it too, and you know enjoy the cultural differences. I feel like that's a perfect way to get to know another culture. I'm off to bed. Okay. Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you so much. All right. Sleep well, my friend. Have a beautiful rest of your sleep and enjoy your dance later. A video once a month entirely speaking Spanish. It's easier when you do it with another person, hard to do by yourself. All right, did Samson leave again? What is going on here? Like, he was just here. Samson Jacob. What was it? Dash G 3C. Okay, when I try to tag Samson, it doesn't show up. Do you see him when you tag? Are you able to tag? Um, you know how you do the @ symbol to see if their name highlights? Are they in the chat or no? I don't want to like hang around and wait if they already took off. That's Doesn't Victor speak Spanish? Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Mm-mm-mm. Have a fabulous weekend, Ankita. Jimena would be. Yeah, that's true. That is true. All right. I don't think Samson is here. I think Samson took off. Is anybody able to tag Samson in the chat? Is it working? Is it working? I don't think so. I think it's just me and you in here, Karen. I think everybody else took off. All right then. So in case I will not on, it's 8 p.m. So I'll take some time to eat a little something. I want to make myself a tea before Truth Wave tonight. And she keeps on like the energetic bunny. And Viviani could help. Oh yeah, Viviani too. I forget that. Yeah. All right, friends. Well, I'm taking an intermission. I'm gonna take an intermission so that I could be ready for card night. All right. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Yeah, it's just us. I feel like it's just us. Well, Debs just came in, but yeah. So I'm gonna go into eat and make myself a tea, and then I will see you all for cards and meditation. Thank you. Bye bye.